Hi folks, welcome back to GB Reactions. I hope you're well. Hope you've had a fantastic Christmas, and I just wanted to wish you a happy new year. That's only around the corner, a few days away from here now. But hopefully, like me, you haven't eaten too much. I should say, hopefully, unlike me, you haven't eaten too much. I always start out with good intentions, and then people start gifting me cakes and pastries and stuff, and it just never ends. It's once you start. So I'm really glad to be back doing some reactions, and this is a group of band that I don't know too much about still. This is Steely Dan, and I have reacted to, I think it's Haitian Divorce, which I found was I found it really, really interesting. Great sound, great lyrics, great story to the lyrics too. And then I reacted to Asia or Asia. I think there was some debate about how to pronounce that. But I looked at their very, very first album, which was Can't Buy a Thrill from November 1972. It's a debut album, and I decided to react to the very first track on it, which is Steely Dan Do It Again. And then to my surprise, it turns out that this entered the Billboard US Hot 100 in 1972, 30th of December 1972. So it's nice that it actually fits in with the time of year we're in now. And it reached number 6. Oddly, it also entered the UK Top 40 3 years later in the August of 1975, and it barely scraped the top 40, peaking at number 39. So definitely feel that this is a band that's more popular in America than it has been in the UK. But I think with the modern age now, with technology, I think it's a great leveler for people discovering music from different continents, particularly in the UK, discovering music from America, Americans discovering music from UK artists. And I'm always one to, what's the word? Not troll, but I tend to kind of there's a lot of reactors that I'm really love watching, but I'm always trying to push certain bands for them to react to it, because these are things that I cherished as a kid, but I know they didn't cross the pond, and it's very difficult because a lot of reactors go by algorithms, and if that band is somewhat left of centre, it takes another brave reactor with a large following to have a look at a particular song, and then it has like a domino effect. All the others tend to kind of follow, so it's a little bit like with movie reactors as well. But yeah, for me, this is the first time listening to this. Steely Dan, Do It Again. And Steely Dan consists of Donald Fagen, he's the lead vocalist, and on pianos, and plastic organ. I'm not sure what plastic organ is, but I'll be very curious if somebody can tell me exactly why it's called a plastic organ. I had in my mind's eye something like you get as a kid, maybe to like doodle on at Christmas, one of his little toy ones, but who knows. You have Jeff Baxter on guitar, Denny Dias on guitar, electric sitar. Now, I've seen George Harrison with a sitar, Ravi Shankar, but I've never seen electric sitar. I can imagine it'd be quite fascinating to hear that sound. Also got Walter Becker on electric bass, Jim Hodder on drums and percussion. So whether they all play it on this particular record, I don't know. This was written by Walter Becker and Donald Fagen. This is a live version, I think, so I'm really hoping this doesn't get blocked. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to have a listen to this. Let's turn the volume up a bit. Really cool start. Very kind of some timelish feel about it. Again, I love this. I've just listened to Level 42 and they had like a dual vocal thing going on. I love these dual vocals. I'm assuming that's Donald Fagen and Walter Becker. Um, it's a great sound. I kind of thought he had a bit of a Peter Framptonish kind of look to him when I first saw him. Um, as another artist I vaguely remember, but I think I've seen a video of him quite recently on one of the music channels. But yeah, this is great. It's got a nice, really nice rhythm to it, and it's got a great vibe. It's and I like I said, I'm just loving the dual vocals. I do apologise for pausing it. I just needed to say that. Split screen as well. Scrap with the guitar. You know, I just can't understand why this wasn't a hit in the UK in 1975. Um, as I started listening to this, it kind of feels like a real summer record. I'm not sure what the summer of 1975 was like, but I reckon if this had been released a year later in 1976, it would have been a lot bigger as a hit in the UK. But that's just kind of been, pedantic, I guess. You never quite know how things pan out. But yeah, this is great. That guitar break was fantastic. Who was that? That was that Jeff Baxter or Denny Dias. Yeah, I love that. Love that guitar break. Marcus. My word. That was great. That was Steely Dan doing it again, and that was from 1973. That was just such a great performance, full of energy. I love the vocals. The vocals kind of felt a little bit gritty. And then I love the split screen and the dual vocals. That's just really cool. The thing I really noticed actually, what for me actually kind of stood out in this as just a vehicle for driving a song along was the piano, and I'm not sure whether that was a plastic organ or whether that was an actual piano, but which I think that was Donald Fagen actually on the piano. So yeah, I think that might be Donald Fagen on the piano. So yeah, that was just really excellent, and there's like little periods around about 157 moment where that piano or organ really kind of stepped it up for me. Let me just have a quick listen. Just listen to that. Yeah, that was fantastic. What a great track! Again, another great band who appeared to be. I mean, this was their first album, so it's almost like they kind of came out of the box, ready formed, fully formed. I'm going to see what people have said about this. Actually, 215 comments. For some reason, it's taken me a long time to realise how much I love this song. I love Palmer on his tune. Fagen's voice is just perfect for the Steely vibe. Yeah, I liked his because his voice wasn't kind of pure. It had a kind of gritty feel to it, and I could probably sing songs that were have a more adult content. It kind of feels like a kind of voice that's like hard living, if that makes any sense. A few whiskies at the bar, a few stories told, that kind of voice. A little bit gravelly, but not too gravelly, not pure. Yeah, Denny Dias on guitar during his Midnight Special was stone cold. Cool as Ice, so that was Denny Dias, I think, with a guitar break. Great version of his song. Watching Skunk Baxter slay on congas is melting my brain. So who's Skunk Baxter? Jeff Baxter. My buddy busted out the solo in a jam session with our band. Oh, that must have been cool. I was born a few years before his song. If it's a song I remember being a favourite, mum and dad, now 54. So yeah, there you go. So the interesting lyrics actually. I was trying to kind of get a grasp of them. I could probably maybe. It sounds like somebody who has the habit of maybe not learning from previous mistakes. I think just like they felt slightly abstract, but maybe they were specifically about something. I'm not so sure. So let me just run through them very quickly. In the morning, you go gunning for the man who stole your water, and you fire till he's done in. You fire till he's done in, but they catch you at the border. And the mourners are all singing as they drag you by your feet, but the hangman isn't hanging, and they put you on the street. So that's kind of a bit strange. So I don't think it's like, maybe it's not literally water. Maybe it's money. Maybe it's maybe it's money, and maybe it's water is like he's talking about a woman. In the morning, you go going for the man who stole your woman. I mean, that would make some sense. And the fact that you haven't been jailed for it, maybe it was like a self-defense thing, and maybe I'm just reading too much into it. You go back, Jack, do it again. So maybe it was a situation that the person got themselves into, and after they came out of it relatively unscathed, then they kind of like they're gonna be getting into that situation again. When you know she's no high climber, then you find out your only friend in a room. Then you find, let me just say that again. When you know she's no high climber, then you find your only friend in a room with your two-timer, and you're sure you're near the end. then you love a little wild one and she brings you only sorrow. All the while you know she's smiling, you'll be on your knees tomorrow. Again, that kind of feels like a bit of like betrayal again. You go back, Jack, do it again. Wheel turning round and round. Now you swear and kick and beg us that you're not a gambling man. Then you find you're back in Vegas with a handle in your hand. Your black cards can make you money, so you hide them when you're able. In the land of milk and honey, you must put them on the table. So yeah, I think this song is about recurring bad habits, self-destructive behavior, um, betrayal. It's quite a negative. I'm guessing it's quite a negative lyrics, but dressed up in a wonderfully energizing musical way. As you know, I mean, I've been listening to. I mean, this is the third one now I've heard, and this feels really kind of cool. It just has cool written all over it. The Haitian divorce felt quite. It was fun to listen to. This is slightly, I think, slightly a little bit more serious, but again, it has nice fun rhythm to it. A nice fun beat. Vocals seem a little gritty, so Aja was felt slightly different to this. But yeah, I really enjoyed this, and you can overanalyze the lyrics and the music, but the vibe was really cool, and this is definitely one of those songs I would wind the window down in a car and on a summer's day and listen to. It just feels like a summer song, and I know that's like sometimes a theme with me. I'm very in tune with. I like to feel I'm very in tune with the seasons, and there's certain tracks I hear in winter, and I'm thinking, actually, just that feels like a summer song to me that I'd love to wind down to. Yeah, so that's about all I have to say on that. Join me in the comments below if you have any thoughts and feelings about this track. And till next time, have a fantastic new year. And I hope 2023 brings everything you could have wished for. We can only look at ourselves in the mirror and improve on the day before. And that's all we can do in life. So, guys, take care of yourselves and have a wonderful, wonderful week.